there have been over the years now events of one kind or another, usually involving some kind of aircraft-like airframe, that has put a number of people into a situation where they'd say, like me, I never thought there was anything to all this. It always seemed pretty far out to me. Don't know what the reality is, but, and fill in the but. There was one case in which a friend of mine was able to have his aircraft stop at 40,000 feet or so and not continue operating as a normal aircraft. What was going on? I don't know. Does anybody know? We'll have to look into it. There have just been enough things like that have occurred that I think there will be a lot of examination of what's going on over the course of the several months, or maybe years, but maybe months to go.
And obviously you're talking about the secrecy around unidentified aerial phenomena and UFOs. Can I ask you to clarify, were you using an analogy, or were you being serious that you had a friend that had an aircraft at 40,000 feet that mysteriously stopped?
I said it was, I have a friend who had been in an aircraft. 40,000 is not crazy. I mean, that's just, all your pilots looking at this know that's not a wild and crazy idea. But I've talked to someone whom I respect, who says that there was some event in which an aircraft was paused. And basically that's all I know about that.
Wow. I mean, you're kind of blowing my mind there. I really didn't expect that type of a story. And I appreciate you sharing that. Let me, if you don't mind, if I can stick with that topic, since we shifted a little bit from the JFK assassination, but talking about secrets and the CIA and so on. John Brennan, another former director of the CIA, had come out. And in fact, just to make sure that I have his quote right, and I wanted your reaction and maybe your overall thoughts on it, John Brennan had did a interview with George Mason University, and he was talking about UFOs and UAPs, and he was referencing some of the videos that have come out. I'm not sure if you're aware of those or watched them or anything, but called them quite eyebrow raising. And then he started talking about life in the universe. I think it's a bit presumptuous and arrogant for us to believe that there's no other form of life anywhere in the entire universe. Which was pretty interesting to hear a former director of the CIA talk about. John Ratcliffe, former DNI, he was interviewed with Fox News. He was talking about vehicles traveling that would exceed the sonic barrier without, the sound barrier, without a sonic boom. That interview got a lot of attention too. So can I add your name to the list of those that are speaking out about this? What are your overall thoughts about whatever that phenomena is, and what are we dealing with?
The only list I'm comfortable going on is one that would say these people have reported very curious behavior by aircraft. And it may be something real that is an extraordinary change for some unheralded reason, or it may be a complex set of different views of what's going on in the world of cyber and so forth. So I just don't know. Mm-hmm. But I'm not as skeptical as I was a few years ago, to put it mildly. Something is going on that's surprising to a series of intelligent aircraft experienced pilots, and we'll just have to
see what it is.
See what it is.
Do you feel it's us? I mean, do you, in the sense that America is potentially testing something, and let's say the Navy doesn't know that the Air Force is testing technology? Do you think it's Russia doing what they do best and trying to, taunt us and in various ways? Do you have a theory in that regard? Because you had mentioned you're not as skeptical as you were a couple years ago. What did you mean by that?
Just that I have been not in the presence of, but I've been in conversations with several individuals who have been close to an aircraft performing in an extraordinary fashion, that performs in a fashion that has not yet come to be something that people are comfortable with or expecting to see. That's about as far as I'd like to go.
Sure.
Which is openness to new things, willingness to examine them, hope that we can be friendly and able to deal with a wide range of behaviors in terms of dealing with our fellow human beings or with other creatures if they exist. I think we ought to be open to new possibilities. Some new possibilities are frauds. Mm-hmm. I don't think this one is, but over history, there have been a lot of frauds, and we could have another one. I don't think so.